All right, what's happening? So, guys, if we have a look over here, we do have Bitcoin pullback. It was kind of weird that we weren't getting a pullback before the news. It usually happens. And once again, when the news is about to happen, we are at crunch time. We are on major support right now. This trend that Bitcoin's been going up for the last few weeks, we are now getting very near the support. We are about 2.5 hours away from finding out the CPI data. I think stuff's about to get wild. I think the markets, like I said last time, you should be out of short-term trades right now until we get clear direction. But if you really want to have a good time, jump to the 5 minutes or the 1 minute chart. Don't trade it. Get your popcorn, get your coffee, and watch the action that happens as soon as we start to get these big news events where things start to explode. So, guys, I'm going to go through what I said yesterday. I'm going to go through what I'm looking at now quickly, how I'm prepping, whichever way it goes, how I'm going to sort of look to trade it next, when the next live session is happening, because that will happen in the next 24 hours once we got direction of the market. If it gets bearish, we're going to be shorting the crap out of the market, making some more money. And if it goes bullish, obviously, we want to be in the right tokens and also taking very much advantage of that. Then I have 1,900%. You can see that on the towel today. Guys, I've been through two of these quarter cycles, if you want to be. I've actually been through two bullish cycles and two bearish cycles over the last 2 years. And I actually have two different portfolios. I got one portfolio that ran from the beginning of the first bull run, 2020. And then I have one where I bought in the bull run. And now what I'm doing is I'm prepping another portfolio for the current level that we're at now to maximize over the next 2 to 3 years. And I'm looking to 20x this portfolio. So I'm going to show you exactly what I'm buying, how I'm structuring my portfolio, and how I'm getting to the conclusion of why I want to 20x this. I'm going to give you a reason why I'm building this portfolio as well. And I think the problem is people keep sucking into their old portfolios. Like, one of my portfolios are heavily down. The one that was in the bull market, heavily down. Now, if I keep focusing on that portfolio and I don't start building another one when the market's 90% down, how am I ever gonna make gains, and how am I ever gonna fix what has previously happened? So I'm gonna be building another portfolio and showing you guys exactly how I'm doing it and all of that. And then we got Mama Sniper bringing all of her small cap tokens, because we're gonna be going through small caps, medium caps, your high risk, your super high risk, your medium risk, and your low risk. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to build this portfolio and the game plan that I'm looking over the next 2 to 3 years to make over 2,000% on that actual portfolio. That's the game plan. No more wasting time. Let's get into it.
Click. Have you heard the news? What? With his finger on the pulse, it's like Sheldon knew. Click. When the sniper shoots, we got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. So enter the sniper, click. Time to be dedicated, sniper mode is activated. Explosions in the market are in target, and Sheldon demonstrates. Mirror on the wall, Master Sheldon tell us all. We got Sheldon on the chart, so we never lose. Enter the sniper, sharpshooter advisor. Enter the sniper, he marks the charts right. Enter the sniper, he's calling the cycles. Enter the sniper, click. Enter the sniper.
Yo, Banter fam, what's happening? Hope you all have a fantastic day out there. It is raining here. It is cold, so the weather is matching the charts right now. How are we feeling, guys? How you guys all doing today? Please pop in the comments below. If you are new, smash a like, smash the subscribe button. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, Sheldon_Sniper. Make sure you're following our Telegram group, which is below in the description. Tons of alpha, tons of charts there every single day for you guys for free. And then we also have the newsletter, which is you will find on my Twitter page, which is also giving you 3 charts a day. As we give you so many charts, like so many. And remember, ideally what we are doing, this is for educational purposes, and it is just to help you with your strategy. Everyone's in a different boat. People have different amounts of money. People are doing trading for a different specific reason. So we're giving you tons of alpha. Don't do always exactly what is said. At times, like, use the information and put it to your actual strategy. That's the power of this, and all the information you're getting every day is for you to use it and apply it to your life. I may be trading for something completely different to you. I'm in a different boat than where I was 2 years ago, where it was survival and like I had to do these things. So please use this information wisely throughout all the shows on Banter. It is the most powerful crypto channel out there, because you've got so many different categories that we cover and stuff. So use that to exactly what you need and use it to your benefits. You are in control of your money. You're in control of your trading. You take responsibility for everything that you do. So remember that, and just work with everything we got you, and kick ass, guys. Do really well out there. It's all I've ever wanted out of this channel. It's just to see, even if it's 1,000 or 10,000 people, really succeed and change their lives, and hopefully inspire and continue this journey. I've changed my life in time, which has been fantastic, and I really want you guys to. It can be done, and I think that's the whole reason why I've started with Banter, and I've been with Banter through this time. Like, crypto did change my life very much, and now I'm helping change others. And it is just, guys, I'm racing all of a sudden. I have, you can't even see this big ass spin board. I wonder if I can even show it here. I got this big spin board. Okay, it's not even going to, because I'm actually doing another episode with my friends this weekend. We've created that other side of a whole new YouTube channel, and I have a podcast being dropped now. I have a vlogging section being dropped now. I have the chosen ones, which is the friend groups, being dropped now. I have the racing channel being dropped now. I have these things that it just shows you how these things just expand, and we've got amazing fans and amazing people out there. You meet so many cool people in crypto. So just the reason why I'm saying this, bring the passion back, because then you're going to get through the hard and the good times. Like, remember why you're doing this. So Bitcoin, where we're sitting at right now, crunch time, we're about 2.5 hours away from some action. As I said, get the popcorn out, and we're on a major support right now. So what I do want to see is, we did make a low yesterday. The low that we did make was around 22,600. I gave you guys two different trend lines yesterday. It was the short-term trend line that was there, and I said if we drop that one, we are coming down to the lower areas. And right now, we're still holding the major trend, which is a very important one. Sometimes we're going to lose shorter term trends, but ideally, you always want to zoom out and make sure we're holding the big trends. Those are the important ones, and the one that we want to keep throughout these stages. So as long as Bitcoin can hold and stay above the news today, maybe it's damn bullish news, and all of a sudden we erupt. The where the chart is now, where Bitcoin is, it is poised for a big ass bullish push. So if any news comes out good today or semi bullish, I do see the market exploding. I really, really do see a strong push up. If it is quite negative and it's really bad in that sense, we are at a critical stage where it's giving us a little bit of time to protect our portfolios and to start de-risking, and that would be us closing outside this trend. Because ideally, what it does mean from that is we can be going down to lower 20s. And the problem with going down to lower 20s is we've been there so many times. So if we keep going to lower 20s, we can drop it. And if we drop it at some point, things can get really, really, really bloody. And the second worry about that is that we have the dominance, which has been coming down for the last, 2-3 weeks, very strongly. So if we do have that bloodbath, the dominance is going up, and it means the altcoins are going to really, really, really get hurt. And small example of it, ETH can go back to $1,100, $1,200. It can happen through these times. So stay focused through this. And let's look at basically how we're going to act with what's happening. So right now, we still have the breaker trend. We do have the 8-hour RSIs hitting to the bottom. So this is it. Come on, Bitcoin. Come on. Come on. Come on. We need the stock markets to do what it needs to do. We have the stock markets over here, which for me didn't stop in the right position, and it's held support too. So the stock market's on support trend right now as we speak, and I didn't really understand why it would reverse here, because there's no really major resistances in these areas. So for me, it's still showing bullishness at this point until proven wrong or proven that this line is broken. Then I start to change my mind. But for now, we're holding trend. And if we can get some good ass news today and a nice bullish momentum, I see us really rallying up here. And I am seeing another, not crazy amounts, probably about 3% up in stock markets. But I think, look at this little pullback from stock markets here. It's 1.5%. And you got Bitcoin falling 7%. So you can really see the big exaggeration between crypto and stock markets right now. And if you get a 3% pump in the stock market, you can be looking at a 20% pump within the crypto market. which obviously means a lot more for the altcoins as well. And this is the last chart that's again is showing us that we are at a very critical level. Let me get rid of that one over there. Is we do have this USDT dominance now. This trend line has been moved. There we go. It is literally on the resistance right now. So remember what I said. Smart guys are buying on these resistances, and retail are buying once we're very far from the line. Very similar to these areas. Smart guys were buying over there. Retail are buying here. Smart guys are buying here. Retail are buying here. Like it's the same sort of thing, but it's also crunch time for this as well. If this breaks and closes out today and Bitcoin breaks that trend line, you know, I have been looking at that there's going to be a pullback in August at some points. I do think we got higher highs before that, but I do think 2 weeks of redness is coming, and that's just because the daily RSIs are getting to the top and we're getting some higher time frames. We need a cool off before September and October, in my opinion. We don't want to blow too much just yet. We rather want to start blowing in that time, so have a short-term correction. And this is just showing the same thing, that we're at crunch time again now. And if this buzzer does break through, just be prepared for it, of de-risking. And what I mean by de-risking is jumping into Bitcoin. Like, you know, it's people think they got to get out of the market in case these sort of things. As soon as you see there's any little warning signs or the market showing some sort of, you know, the altcoins are going to get hurt. You know, these things are going to happen. So I just shift a good part of my portfolio into Bitcoin throughout the thing. And it all depends if you're living on the money or these sort of things, then you go to USDT. But I can shift into Bitcoin every time I'm scared. And every time I'm not scared anymore and things are showing strength, I then jump out of Bitcoin and jump back into the altcoins or these sort of things. So that's sort of what I'm looking at over there. Now, let's see if there's anything else. Let's go look quickly at the Dixie, and then I can get into a bit of education. Dixie is still coming down. So we're not getting any major break in Dixie. So that is a good sign so far. We do want to obviously see that we don't break this sort of trend to the upside. But for now, Dixie is also showing a little bit of weakness, which is good. I don't know what I want to happen and what I feel is going to happen. I think we're going to have a bullish spike. I think what's going to happen is as the news comes, we're going to get a little death wick, the same as what we've seen previously before, where you quickly get like a 3-4% death wick to the downside, and then we get bought up, and all of a sudden we start to rally up. Be careful about the traps with the short-term trading, as I was saying, because what they usually do in these times, let me jump to the hour and even to the 15 minutes, is they'll actually creep this price up, like right before the news. Then they'll wick it down hard, and then they'll slow this growth, and then it basically starts to rally up from there. So be aware of that. If you start to see a pump before the news, don't fall into the FOMO trap. Definitely don't do that. But I do see something like that. A little bit of creep up, shoot down hard, and then we not a bounce straight away, but it basically comes down, drags a bit, and then we start the strong recovery. And as I was saying previously, if the market holds where it is right now, and we do have a bullish little breakout, I think it's going to be a big one. I really, really think it's going to be a big, strong breakout to the upside, which is very important. So let's jump on and let's get into this. What is this, Sheldon? Is this clickbait? What are you doing? These sort of things. So I want to get down to what this is and what it actually is. So previously, Bitcoin cycles, boom, boom, boom. We've seen this many times. I'm not going to jump on it too long. I joined over there. I got smashed. I built a portfolio in this area over here. It was actually a portfolio that my mom did for me, where she's like, let's just take 10% of our money and let's just buy VET and buy ZIL and buy all these tokens and just put them in Exodus. So it was only like 5 or 10% of our actual money, and we put them into this portfolio and we actually forgot about it. Okay. Then 90% of my money, I tried to trade. And the market went straight up, literally 300 to 500 to 1,000% to the upside, and I was not making any money. None of these things were sort of happening. And then this part, I started making some sort of cash. I did, but I was building portfolios bigger in this area too. And that's the current portfolio that's getting really sucked and hurt at this current point. This portfolio is still absolutely rocking. Like it's still literally a 10x up from this area on those altcoins, even where we are today. So the way I look at it is, there was my first big cycle, this whole run, and I built 2 portfolios in this area. Now I've been through another major cycle, and now the thing is, I'm so focused on this portfolio that's in a loss. I'm not prepping for the next portfolio for the next move. the truth of the matter is it takes farming and it takes these sort of times to get that portfolio back. And it's going to take time for that portfolio to recover. Like, that's just the sad truth of it. If you get caught up in the system, it takes really hard to recover it and get back to where you were previously. So what I've done now is I'm like, ignore this noise now. You trying what you can to fix that portfolio. That's great. But that one needs time, and keep working on it. That was great. But where are you right now? And where were we previously? And what happened to that portfolio when I actually built a portfolio in that time? So I'm very focused now on the next 3 months of building myself another portfolio. Now, I'm not setting to say that Bitcoin breaks all-time high in the next year, but I am pretty sure, this is my opinion on it, on the fundamentals and everything, that Bitcoin breaks all-time high in the next 3 years. Now, that's definitely one of my major things. Now, if you have a look from where we are right now, just to the tops, it's ridiculous amounts. You know, you're looking at a 3x from where Bitcoin is right now, looking at a 5x from where ETH is right now. Well, a 3x, 4x from ETH. From altcoins, you're looking at the major altcoins, 7 to 10x from here. Smaller caps, you're looking at 30 to 35, and micro caps, you're looking at 50 to 100x from here, just back to all-time highs. Not even back to break of all-time highs. I still think Bitcoin's going to 100K in the next 3 to 4 years. I do think it may be sooner, but I do think Bitcoin definitely touches those areas. And it may be by the next halving. It may be by these next sort of things. So I'm using this time over here when I have this monthly down. It has always been the most accurate tool. The only reason why it's a hard tool to use, because it takes incredible amounts of patience through those times. But when this stock is at the bottom, this monthly at the bottom, it's never lied before. This was the times we were at the bottom, and now we're at the bottom again. Did this stay at the bottom for a while? Yes. Did we expect that Bitcoin can go sideways and maybe range between 20 and 30K or 15 and 30K for the rest of this year? Yes. Maybe even the rest of next year. Yes. It can definitely happen throughout that time. And that's just showing that through this time, this is portfolio building stage through this area over here. And then you actually reap the whole reward. So I'm going to be running and building this whole portfolio through the stage. I'm going to give it to you now, exactly what I'm going to be doing. And I'm going to be offloading when we get to the top. And that's probably in the regions of 2024, 2025, anywhere in that area. You could see the last time this was over here, 2018. You only would have been exiting in the areas of 2021. So it was a 3-year portfolio. And that's sort of very similar to what I'm doing now. Because if you go through a lot of these alts now, people, everyone's trying to focus on the portfolio that's down, but not focusing on the portfolio to build at the current stage. Everyone built a portfolio up there. No one's building a portfolio down here. And that's the massive problem. Like, we have to build some sort of portfolio. Now, even if that portfolio is only 10% the size of the last portfolio. So let's say the last portfolio was $20,000 you put in, and you build a $2,000 position now. By the time we get back to all-time highs, your $2,000 position is as big as your other one, and your other one is finally out of a loss. But at least this portfolio, you've actually made money. Now, how would it suck if you enter crypto and it dropped off for a whole year, and it went sideways for a whole another year, and then it went up for a whole year after that, and you had break even? 3 years to literally go into a loss and then go back to break even. So you got to get it out of your mind to say that doesn't matter whatever money you bought with then at that stage. If you build, even if it's a 5 or 10% size portfolio at the current levels we're at now, by the time you get to recovery, that one is in incredible amounts of profits. Because if you look at any of these right now, if you look at Solana, where it is right now. This is the monthly chart. Anywhere here, just to all-time highs, 5x on Solana. Okay, 3 years. Drink every time you hear portfolio. Oh, we're starting a drinking game here. Same thing over here. Look at Neo Protocol, where we are right now. 3.5x. Okay, so I'm going to get to my point now, but I just want to show you, look at this. No one's building portfolios now because they think they got to put as much money as what they put in here. Because let's not deny it. We all put in too much money here. All of us. I put in way too much money here. Like way too much money. My mom put way too much money. Jimmy put too much money. Jimmy, I know you're eating there. Let's bring you in here. Did you put a lot of money in at the top?
Unfortunately, yes. All of it.
All of it. Put all of your money at the top.
Sold out again at like 33 because I sit next to Kyle. But
Yes.
a bit late.
Jimmy's always eating.
Yeah, Jimmy's always eating.
Jimmy's always
Mama Sniper, did you put too much money in at the top?
Yeah, we did.
Way too
Yeah,
much
we
money at
did.
the top,
Yeah, we
right?
did.
Okay,
Oh.
so you're not alone. Even the guys you sit and watch every single day put way too much money in the top at those stages. Look at Phantom to the top, 8x from where we're at right now. So this is where my conclusion comes in and what I'm actually doing. Now, I'm a numbers guy. Before looking at the markets, before looking at anything like that, I just calculate numbers. Okay, doesn't matter if it's crypto, doesn't matter if it's stocks, doesn't matter what it is. I calculate numbers. I'm like, how do I 20x? How do I make 20 times a certain amount of money? You can choose whatever that amount of money is. And it says you need this percentage, you need this percentage, you need this percentage. I'm like, okay, now let me look at the market and see what they offer me and how could that be realistic? How could I actually make it? And the way it basically came down to is looking at what I needed to happen, not what I think is going to happen or what I need to happen to make that money. Okay. And I basically came down. Let me just see if I got the right one here before I jump onto the next. There we go. Okay. So it basically came down that this is how I need a portfolio. This is how I make that 20x. Doesn't matter what the tokens are, what it is, doesn't matter. Okay. I need a low risk, medium risk, high risk, and a very high risk section. Okay. 2 to 3 year hold. I've now given you the percentages too. In my low risk, I'm putting 30% of my capital. Now, this can be a $1,000 portfolio. I'm personally doing $10,000, okay, in this portfolio. So 30% of it goes into my low risk, 40% of it goes into my medium risk, 20% goes into my high risk, and then it's not supposed to be low risk. James, please talk to Crisco and maybe fire him. That is supposed to be very high risk. That's at the bottom there, which is 10%. Okay, so you can see it's the red one in the area there on the actual. Let's get that back there. Cool. Now, if we look at the next thing, okay, let me get it up. There we go. Now, what do I need for each size of those portfolios? I need a 5 to a 7x of my low risk portfolio. That's what I need. So I need whatever I put in my low risk, I need it to 5 to 7x. My medium risk, I need it to 10 to 20x. My high risk, it must 30 to 35x. My very high risk, it must 50 to 100x. Okay, so take a photo of this and take a photo of that. This is the percentages of the pie that I need, how I need to split my portfolio, and this is what I need the portfolio to do. It's exactly this. 5 to 7x low risk, 10 to 20x medium risk, 30 to 35x high risk, and a very high risk portfolio, 50 to 100x thing. Now, what is the ultimate goal for that? I've used 10K as a roadmap, right? That means out of my 30% of my low risk, it's $3,000. My medium risk, $4,000, 40% of it. My high risk, $2,000. My very high risk, it's $1,000. So you can see that's exactly how I split it. Now, what's the goal? If I take that $3,000 and I 5x it, it becomes 15K. If I take the 4,000 and I 10x it, 40K. The 2,000 I 30x it, 60K. The $1,000 and I 50x it, 50K. What is that total? $165,000. 1,650%. Now that was the first scenario of the 5x. Now let's jump to the 7x. 21,000, 80,000, 70,000, 100,000. What does that equal? 281,000. That's 2,810%. So before looking at anything, before looking at my coins, my prices, what the crypto market is, like, do any of you do this, by the way? Please say yes or no in the comments. Do you actually plan how you're going to become a millionaire? Do you actually have any idea? It doesn't have to be crypto. It can be whatever it is. Do you actually really structure and say, how do I become a millionaire? I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this, and I need this. Do any of you do it? Yes or no in the comment box here. If you're not doing this, you're not become a millionaire. Like, it's very simple through that before you even look at whatever industry you're investing in. You do it. Yes, yes, yes. So why are we not millionaires? Come on. Because it is, obviously, people say it's a lot harder and these sort of things, but not when you actually simplify it and you actually have a full understanding. Yes, yes, yes. Amazing. So you can see that it's numbers on a piece of paper and it's like, oh, that sounds so easy and these sort of things. Okay, cool. Now, if I already jump in and I showed you that I need a 10 to 20x out of my medium risk tokens, Phantom to all-time highs 8x already. Now, do I think Bitcoin goes to 100K in 3 to 4 years? Yes. Where does Phantom go if Bitcoin goes to 100K? It's nearly double of what Bitcoin was through that time. I'm looking at a definite 12, 15x from Phantom throughout that time You know, people also ask, like, how do you know this coin's going to survive and these sort of things. We also have a failure rate. I can have, out of 10 of my low risk portfolio, which I'll go through now for you guys, I can have 6 of them that completely disappear off the earth. And that 4 still makes me my target that I actually need throughout that time. But you look at Phantom, you look at many of these different tokens where you have Cardano. Do you guys think Cardano is going to fall? Do you think it's going to ever non-exist? I definitely don't. That's a 5x. Anywhere back to the $4. Anywhere after that, I definitely seeing do a 10 to a 12x from where it is right now. We look at many of Uni, Dot, all of them. If you go look at the percentages, it is crazy where these things are right now. You're looking at a 6x alone from Dot. Matic's done a bit better, but if we still have a look for Matic is where right now, 2 to 3x. Okay, so maybe that falls under my lower risk. So I'll show you now how I basically start to categorize it. But if you start looking at that, look at that Rune back to all-time high, an 8 to a 9x. This is not even breaking of all-time highs. This is just back to all-time highs. And remember last time in 2017, when coins also fell 95% and they went sideways for 2-3 years, did they get back to all-time high? And did they actually smash it? Like, they actually literally did 10x above of what they did previously through those times as well. So the main goal that I'm trying to get here before we jump into tokens and how I'm categorizing these things is you've got to build some sort of portfolio now. And it may take a month until the market goes bullish again. It may take 3 months. It may take 6 months until it gets bullish again. But you have to build a damn portfolio now. If you don't start building a portfolio now, you're missing, and you're not, like, you're going to just get back to your other portfolio, break even, and you spend 2 years to get back to break even, and you haven't actually made any crazy money. Very, very, very important. Look at Theta. Let's go through these. Now, the first ones, look at that. Theta is 11 to 12x back to all-time high. Like, have a look at these. Now, these are more medium tokens and these sort of things. Wait till you start going to the low tokens and the smaller, like the really small caps. You got some caps that are 2 million, 3 million in market cap. That thing goes to 100 million. Like, you literally got a 70x, a 60x, these sort of things. So we're going to start off actually with the lower risk, the smaller cap tokens. Now, when we are talking about this, I am talking about the very high 10% part of your portfolio, the one that we need to make 50 to 100x on. So if it's $1,000, if it's $1,000 or $10,000 accounts, it's $100 or it's 1,000 of the 10K is what is used for this space. But I am not the DJ of this. Mama Sniper is the DJ of this. She's been speaking about her micro caps, right? I'm actually interested. I'm interested to see what these micro caps, where they are from all-time highs and what they did in the last cycles. And for this portfolio, because me and you are building this portfolio together, what are we putting in this portfolio? Now, guys, you need to also go do your own research and find the exact tokens that you want. We're just showing you what we look at when we're getting these tokens and we're building this portfolio. What size market caps we're looking at, what these sort of things are that we are looking at. Because everyone's going to have their own sort of preferences. And remember, 50% of them can fail. Like that's the truth behind it. They can fail. I need to recover my Luna losses too. Like, that hurt me. That hurt me completely. What you got?
So yeah, firstly, I just want to say, I think it's very true what you said. I mean, I think everyone needs to realize what opportunity we actually have in front of us at the moment. I mean, we all saw this last time. We saw what could happen and what the possibilities is. And I think people need to ignore the FUD. I mean, everyone knows what FUD stands for. It's fear, uncertainty, and doubt. So you get the people that spread FUD because they're either in fear or they're uncertain or they're in doubt. And FUD is actually spread around. And then people fear getting in. Oh no, we're going to zero. We're going to lose our money and all of that. And you know what? If you're gonna listen to that the whole time, you're not going to get anywhere. And I think don't be scared. I mean, just give it all you can this time. Bitcoin has given us another chance. I'm so grateful for this big drop off we've had. Yes, we've lost a lot, but you know how much we've learned. You know how much experience we have gained in this last year. We have learned more than we'd ever learn in a bull market. And the thing is that when we were so sad because we got in so late and we had missed out on the farming and buying in, and we shouldn't have listened to everybody saying we're going down further. We should have got in, and we waited and we actually missed on that whole part. And we're not going to do it again. We're so much wiser this time on what we went through. So you know what, be grateful that we have lost a little bit now, maybe a lot, maybe more than whatever, but you know what, we've been given another chance. Don't fear this. Let's ride it. Let's take this opportunity and let's do
You
it.
only truly need one bull run that you hit
Yes.
properly. You only truly need one. Like that is and your life's changed like completely.
Yeah. And I know a lot of people are like, they don't have money, but you know what we've started doing? We've started every trade we take, even if it's $5. If you make $50 today and you take $5 of that and start building your portfolio, it doesn't matter. Just start with something. Just start building your portfolio. If you don't have money, trade for it, and just work off of that, and you'll get somewhere. It will accumulate, you know.
And that's one thing, guys. When we start this live trading thing again, like my goal is to jump on this live trading and that we all make money. Like that's the biggest thing that I'm jumping. But know what you like. Use that money. You say you don't have money to build a portfolio. If I see those messages again, I made $100, $200, $500. Okay, cool. You better be building your damn portfolio.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean. Take that money and go build it. Please, guys. We put a lot of effort here.
We can trade every day and make money, but you know what? Ultimately, you want to have that hodl portfolio. You want to build that because that is what is going to, in 2-3 years' time, you can cash in and you can go and do whatever it is that you want. We've seen it. We saw how many millionaires were made last year. We felt it. We tasted it. So
what
we
did
want
you
you
make
guys to
on
taste
that?
it with us this time.
You remember that time where it was, I was still learning how to trade and we were still learning how to trade, and you got T-Fuel. And you got T-Fuel through that stage as well. Can you actually show on your charts there and just show through that power of like this part of the market where we're at now is hard to trade and it does get quite difficult and you can do little losses and stuff. Yes, but by building like some of these small cap portfolios, with reason of some of them can fall, yes, of course. But like if you see what it did, like that portfolio overtook everything. Like it overtook all of our gains. Like, and it was such a small part of our portfolio. It was literally, I think, 3% of our capital or something stupid. That it did these things. So what did it do in that time? T-Fuel.
Okay, so let's have a
look. From bottom to top. 84,000%.
Yeah, so did it 84x.
84, no, that's 840x.
So yeah, that's
800x.
Oh, that's 800x. Yes.
Do you see what it means, guys? If you don't start prepping, like you need one of them to give you 800x, and you're like, it's stupid money. Like it's literally stupid money. But like we were part of that one. We're literally a part of that run. That happened through that time.
So the whole thing for me, what made me go, and I know it is high, these are high risk tokens, and please, we're not saying they're not high risk, but my whole thought behind this was if I could. And obviously, I only choose the tokens from good, reputable exchanges. I go do research. I make sure there's a project behind them. Some of these, they've got such brilliant projects behind them. And my whole theory behind these small caps is if we could hold 20 of them and they do these 100 to 800 X's, you only need 2 or 3 of them to survive. So if 17 of them fail, doesn't matter. If 3 of them survive, whatever markets you're in, I'm more than smiling. And you know what? Through the whole I've been keeping an eye. All the ones that we did last year, none of them have failed. They're still here. The projects are still going. They're still strong. They're still looking good on the chart. And so, so they are risky, but I'm not worried. You know, I'm not worried. I've thought this through and I've actually really, you know,
So what are your T-Fuels for the next cycle? What are your really risky, smaller caps, very small amounts of money in, the really risky ones? Let's start with that one.
Okay.
Really
so these are
risky
obviously the lower risk ones that I've got. So let's go. I've got more.
So a small little, once you get it, sorry. We are going to go through these tokens and sort of stuff. You guys on the other side, you do your risk management.
I do your research.
Small amounts of money, small amounts of things. We're showing you, this is what we are doing in the cycle. This is how we're building our portfolio right now and the tokens that we are buying. Hit it.
No, definitely. So, you know, obviously the easiest way for me to, let me just show you, is I obviously just go to the markets. So on Binance or wherever the coins are, quite a few of them are available on the Binance, and obviously just go to their markets. And all I do is I just go and I sort it to all the low caps, and I go and I have a look at all the low caps. Here it gives you the pricing, the market caps, all of that, and I basically just scroll through. And then they've also got nice sections where you can go to, if you click on these little box over here and you go to research, it gives you this. You can go and put any token you want in there, and you click on it, and it actually gives you it gives you the description of the token. It gives you its data, it gives you its activity, volume, on-chain activity. It actually gives you quite a bit of data about it. So do your research on projects before you take it, and then take it from there. So these, look, I've got a lot more. I've got about 20 or 30, but I've selected these obviously for the show. We can always discuss more at a later stage. So PBX for me, this is a new token, so it was quite difficult to chart, but I have got quite a bit of faith in this token. And I've already been building our dollar cost average portfolio on PBX. I said to Sheldon when the other day, I am not selling this one. If it drops, we're buying more. That's all we're doing, but we are not selling. We are going to dollar cost averaging, and I'm not selling this. So every time we make some money, I'm building this into our portfolio. So currently it has found support over here. It was difficult for me to find a lower bottom. If Bitcoin does decide to drop to 12, it's difficult because I don't have any supports to really work on here because it had such a big pump on launch, and I don't. So what I did was I took an average of the other tokens, and I worked out a percentage on how much, if the other tokens had dropped, if Bitcoin goes to 12,000, and then I sort of worked out an average at a lower level that I would buy in if Bitcoin gets rejected and goes down to 12K.
I think ideally what we're doing here, guys, is we dollar costing. We're literally we're just buying. Like every week we're buying, we're buying.
We're just buying. Every
as
drop
we're making profits,
we're
buying.
Yeah, we're just
buying.
Because we don't know, we've got a 50% chance at the moment that we're at the bottom. We could be at the bottom. And the reason why I say that is because the last time 50% of the people thought we weren't at the bottom, and we were at the bottom. So we have a 50-50 at the moment. We're at the bottom or we're not at the bottom. We're going to go down another level. And we agree on that. So you know what? We're not going to wait for this bottom to come in before we start buying, because we can wait for break of trend lines, but that's already, you're losing all of that over there. So we'd rather buy and dollar cost average in. And I see quite a few people did mention dollar cost average in. And I mean, we understand what it is. So
what's the percentage there just back to all-time high?
Okay, so let's quickly.
I think let's start going through them quite quick. Otherwise it's going to be a very long. No, not from the bottom, from where we are right now.
Oh, from where we are right now. So I've got it here. So these are levels that to all-time high, you're looking at a 25x, yes. So these are Fibonacci levels that I've put on all the charts. Look, I do think it can go higher, but let's stick to technical analysis for now. So I've taken the 1.618, the 2.618, and the 3.618 on the Fib to try and see where we could go in the next bull market.
Okay, and I see it's around 70, 80x as the temporary highs. Yes,
that's exactly it. So I have 35 to 70x. And so Mithril as well. Let's go to Mithril. This one as well did very well for me in the last. There we go. What is that? 101x, eh? Yeah, 101, 96 to 101x. Again, we found support. If we go down, these are the levels we're going to go to. So in the next bull run, I believe we can do another 50 to 110x. And those are just the levels on the Fibonacci's. I've got a hot. This one, wow. This one did 152x. And it's actually still above my buying price because I bought down here.
It's crazy, you see.
I bought down here in 2020, and we've had so much market dumping, but I'm still way in profit here. That's quite cool.
Yeah. But that's what's nice. It's got a trend line there.
Yeah. So obviously we're just tracking the trend lines, but we're dollar cost averaging in. But this one can easily do another.
Remember, these are long holds, guys. We're focusing on the long-term part of the portfolio.
Yeah, no, this is
dollar costing.
Yeah, this is our retirement money. Yeah. Wink, we all know what happened with Wink when you called it last year.
Yeah,
this thing flew. Hey, it absolutely flew.
50x.
Yeah, and again,
a nice trend there actually. That's back down to the bottoms again. Like I can't believe we're getting the opportunities again. Like they're literally at the bottom again.
Supports, yeah, and I see it doing another 65 to 120x in the next bull cycle. Yeah, obviously this is higher time frames. I've got MBL. This is a blockchain on the film distribution side of things. These are the ones that I bought last time. We did a 72x. We obviously buying in this range over here, and I look at it another 38 to 92x. Basically, what I will look at is all of them, when I go to the monthly RSI and Sheldon show, okay, well, that one's not a good ad because it's still quite new, but I'll show you on one of the other ones, is we're going to wait for that monthly stock RSI. Once it starts reaching 80% again, full capacity, we're going to start dollar cost averaging out, start selling everything. And I mean, we can show them now how we're doing that. So this one as well, this is a multi-vac. It did 178x in the last bull run, and it's still higher than where we got in, and I'm expecting it to do another 66 to 150x.
Amazing.
Dent did 310x in the last bull run, and I'm expecting, I think it's going to do more, but I'm sticking to the Fibonacci levels at the moment. Fib levels are because remember, all of these have done one wave. Second waves are normally the biggest. So I do expect it can do more, but if we look at the Fib levels, I'm looking for another 100 to 200x between these two zones over here. Start dollar cost averaging out. Just sell 10%, 10%, 10% until we get to the top. But I mean, look at that, 310x. Scallop is also a new project.
This is one of our, I'm very bullish on this project. Yeah,
I've just started.
We've
just started. It had a nice 62x pump on launch. I think it can definitely go back to that wick over there, and then obviously a little bit more for us. I'm expecting
it's breaking some sort of trend there now as well.
Yes. So it's accumulating here at the bottom. We've got a nice accumulation phase going there. So I see another 69 to 100x there. So these are the high risk ones that I've selected to give today. On the portfolio.
Ignore the on the left, but the chart, guys, the pie chart, very, very, very high risk. I will get this fixed and put it on Twitter for you guys. 10% part of the portfolio. This is what we're doing on our portfolio. Okay, what's your next one? Your small.
Okay, so these are also small caps, but these are the lower risk ones. So everybody who follows me on Twitter knows that last year I was charting seller, and we made so much money off of this token last year. So look, does it even look like this project has retracted? Like, it's so strong
compared to the rest.
We bought down. We were buying March 2020. Look there. Look how far up we still are up. And this is a very strong project. So this one for me, it's definitely, it did 212x, and I can, according to the Fib levels.
So if you see charts like this, guys, the green ones is where my mom wants to add more, unless the trend is broken as well. This is if it gets really cheap and stuff, but for us still, like, if we've made profits and we made things, like, we don't care where it is right now. We just dollar cost and buy a little bit, as long as it's profits and it's not money out your pocket. You know what I mean? Like, so you just want to build tokens. Like, my mom, like, I thought she was crazy. I'm being honest. I thought
a lot of people
crazy. Like, I really thought you were crazy. I'm like, because you just focus on these smaller. You just focused on quantity of tokens. I
want to see millions on my exchange.
You just want like millions and millions and millions. You even told me the other day, we need how much theta? You're like, no, we need this much theta. No, we need this much Paribus. No, we need this one. Like, you even still telling me to this day, I need this much.
But there's method to my madness, and I mean, we'll obviously talk about this after the next bull run again, and you guys can then either put me in a loony bin, or you can say it's okay.
No. It's been a very small part of the portfolio. It's been a powerful strategy.
Yeah,
it's been even the last time, I think you called these things like 2 weeks ago. Go look at them. You're probably shocked.
Yeah, they do very nice growth.
Okay, very so I think let's go through this one, and then we are running a little bit late. Then I'm going to do the medium and low risk on tomorrow's show. So let's go through this one, and then and then we can do the other ones, and we can do a live trading session. It's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Seller Network, obviously it had so much growth, but definitely 60 to 96x. Look, I still think way more, but for now we'll assess as we go. It depends where the monthly stock RSIs are at. We can see it's all the way at the bottom, like I was saying earlier. So let's just show you here. So as soon as this stock RSI comes back up and it starts hitting 80% again up here, which this is probably about a year, it will take about a year, 8 months to a year to do this. 10% sell, 10% sell, 10% sell, because it can run on the top a little bit, 10% sell. But at least we know we're being clever this time. We're being smart this time. So, okay. So there's seller. Let's just go back to the daily so we can see the actual charts.
Okay, cool.
Okay, then we've got VTHO. So this is a utility token to VET. Also fantastic growth. And I see this one also doing another 35 to 86x. T-Fuel is the utility token to my favorite Theta. So you definitely have to have this along with Theta, because they take turns. Theta runs, T-Fuel then runs. Theta runs, T-Fuel runs. They actually take turns. And T-Fuel actually did very well. Did 486x in the last run. And yeah, we still got plenty more growth to go. And then we've got ZIL, which we have seen already. ZIL already broke out here.
So guys, ones that you can see there, go take them. And also, like, if you want to know which ones to buy between these and stuff, go look at their market caps as well. Very important. You know what I mean? To see these growths, like, because that's when you can also have the realistic view to be like, okay, the market cap of this token is 10 million or 20 million. If it had to 40x, it means it's got to get to 600 million. Is that possible? You know, these sort of things, and you can go through the last. It helps a lot. Okay,
but
amazing.
I mean,
I'm very bullish on ZIL.
Yeah, and then VET. I mean, we all know VET as well. So it's a low cap, but I think it can still do another 40 to 100x. And I mean, exactly that, Charles. When you're talking about market cap, if I go back to these, especially some of these that have come all the way back down to these areas, we see that the market cap can push up, you know, to there. So, I mean, it's very exciting. I love this project. It's one of my babies that I nurture.
That is... Let's have a look here. That's Mithril.
That was Mithril, yes.
Yeah,
so
it's got a $17 million market cap. That's tiny.
Yeah, it's tiny.
That's very small. That's tiny. That's
and
tiny,
it's got such
tiny,
a good project behind it. So yeah.
Okay, amazing. Thank you. Everyone wanted to get you some of your tokens, and now you've given it to us. The two that we did go through there, guys, remember, it's these two over here. So it's the smaller. So it's not more than 30% of the portfolio that we're doing. So this is a portfolio that we're building, and we will, after the next episode, have the full description of all the tokens that we are putting in that portfolio. This is our own personal portfolio that we're sharing with you guys. It's not anything else. It's not anything but a personal portfolio that we're doing. And then I will basically do the medium and the low risk for you guys tomorrow to see what we're expecting from those as well. And as I said, this is a 2 to 3 year hold for us. We got portfolios that are going through the ups and downs, some that's still in major profits, some that's in major losses. But we're building another portfolio now. And I think it's something that people need to really start paying attention to. Stop whining, stop doing any of these things. I don't have money, I don't do stuff, but you try to trade every day, try to do things, and you've made profits. Everyone's made profit at times, but you don't know when to take it and these sort of things. And this is going to help you use that stuff, build that portfolio. So by the time we get back to anywhere near where we were, you've actually made a shit ton of money, and you're not at break even.
You recover a lot
quicker. Yeah. Okay. Amazing. Cool. Thank you, Mama Sniper. Love you lots.
Awesome. Love you too.
Guys, smash a like if you like this. Please put in the comments below if there's any tokens that we've missed that you think are fantastic. We'll do some research. We'll get the researchers on. Smash the likes, the subscribe buttons, and I'll see you all on the next episode. Let's see the news. Let's see what happens. And after that, we can make a decision on the live trading. And we can make a decision like, is this market bearish as shit, or is it really, really bullish? Until then, much love, Banter fam. Cool. Well done, Mom.
Yeah, good. Well done.